Welcome to the Stats Edge Trading Trade of the Week. So, what I'm going to start doing on every Monday is I'm going to just give you one of the setups that I've triggered on Monday from the 30-ish symbols that we send over to Stats Edge Pro members every week. Just talk about why I'm interested, what setup it came from, what algo triggered it, and just to give you guys some idea of what it is that we're doing over there. Again, as a kind of thank you for tuning in the channel, and hopefully make you guys some money if these trades end up working out. Obviously, this is just what I'm doing with my own money. None of this is investment advice, but today we're going to talk about the mean reverting. Where are we? Mean reverting algorithm. So when it comes to mean reversion, all we're doing is basically saying, I want to buy stuff that's going down because I think it went down a little bit too far, a little bit too fast. That's all we're looking to do. Now, we're not doing this on junk. I'm not going to be doing this on AMC or a penny stock or something like this. As I'll show you, these are all stocks that are in uptrends that we think may have pulled down a little bit too much. And as always, I have all of the stats for all of the algorithms that I update monthly over at StatsEdgeTrading.com. So you can go and you can see this is what each month for years and years would look like. And then as always, what we're trying to do is we're trying to combine all of these algos, and knowing that there's going to be some time where some algos do great, going to be other times where other algos do great, but over the long run, we're trying to just make sure that we have something that is doing well to help smooth out this equity performance. Now you can see this is from today. We have a Discord bot. So if you're a StatsEdge Pro member and you're not in the Discord room, get into the Discord room because this will just ping your phone, your Apple Watch. You can mute all the other channels if you don't want to hear us just chatting about the markets. But it came through and it says, here's the trigger, here's the stop loss, and then gives you the link to that website where you can read about it if you're new and you want to know what the exit rules are, which are essentially Monday. If the stop doesn't get hit, we hold it for a week, we sell it, we move on to the next trade. So there is that Jeffrey's trade. Now let's go take a look at the chart. Let's actually start here with a longer term chart and the overall market, because if you're watching this a little bit later, I'm going to show you what the market is doing. So we had a bad day on Friday, and then Monday we started to sell off a little bit off the open. We gapped up and then we sold pretty nasty. Right? If you look at the 2-minute chart, this is kind of the opening drive right here. Now we're putting in potentially a double bottom, and we'll see if we grind higher here on the SP 500, but who knows. But when this was happening, I noticed a couple things. One is the RSP, which is the equal weighted index, that wasn't selling off as much as the market, right? Didn't really penetrate the other or the prior day's low that much. So this is basically the same 500 names, just not tech weighted. And then I looked at the XLF, and the XLF is the financial sector, actually kind of held up well. Didn't get anywhere near yesterday's low. Doji kind of action on the day, showing that financials are fine. And then JEF, which is the trigger, is Jeffries, which is a financial company. So what we're trying to do, if you look at this weekly chart, is we're trying to buy mean reversion on strong names, right? None of these names are junk that you'll see that come through this. This one, this is going to be roughly the 200-day moving average on this weekly chart. You can see it's well above the 200-day moving average. This thing's been moving higher since 2023. So over a year and change of just a nice solid uptrend on Jeffries. And now it's hitting our algorithm because it's a little bit overextended to the downside. So if we go into the daily chart, you can see pretty much other than this bounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 days or so in a row. And we're down to this gap. This was the election gap right here, but we have filled the gap as well. So we have this prior resistance right here, and we also have that gap fill. So a couple things that are ticking in our favor to potentially look to take along. Now, I didn't get filled right at the entry price just because the whole market was going crazy, and I'm not just going to take something as it occurs. But what I did is I waited for this 30-minute bar. You can see this nice hammer that came in. Then we had an inside bar, and then I looked to get involved. I have the original stop in place, but this is something I do to try to lift the statistics from this algorithm just a little bit. Right, this system is actually fairly accurate because mean reversion is usually fairly accurate, but you don't have the massive wins that generally speaking with trend following, which is why we have both systems. But I just find it makes me feel a little bit better, and it kind of ups the win rate a little bit if I just don't buy things as they're hitting new lows. So that was the idea behind it. That's the way you can take kind of an overall view of the market, take an algorithmic trade that I know the statistics behind and just say, I'm going to wait just to show that the market's kind of calmed down a bit. And then I'm going to take this trade. So that's my thinking behind Jeffries. We're not trying to blow the doors off. We're not trying to even to get this back to all-time highs. We're looking to see if we can get a couple days worth of a bounce to kind of do our oversold play. There's a lot of people there who will just then sell most of their position. And if they think they got a really good trade, they'll hold a little bit and turn it into like a trend following trade. For me, I just want to get in. I hope we have a couple days worth of a bounce. And then I want to get out and on to the next one. So if you like this and you want more trades like this, come over to StatsEdgeTrading.com. If not, just tune in every Monday morning. I'm going to just start doing one of these trade breakdowns, and I hope it helps you guys out.